Hey there guys, Robert here, and welcome to episode 15 of Monthly Submission Rankings, where I rank tracks that you submit to me every single month. And for this episode, I'm gonna be ranking your recommended EPs. So throughout the series, we have covered regular songs, we have talked about albums, we have talked about remixes, and we even covered playlists one time. But if there's one thing that we haven't covered yet, it's EPs, which are essentially like little itty-bitty baby mini album releases, if you would like to call it that. And even though they don't offer a lot when it comes to the quantity of tracks, they can still deliver a ton of substance and they can be a lot of fun to listen to on top of it. And I am very proud to say that there will be a lot of projects like that on this list. So 21 people have submitted to this episode, which is really amazing, but unfortunately I had to cut it down to 18 because I have to disqualify 3 submissions from this ranking, and those submissions in question were Sheet Music Boss's Impossible Piano remix of Gourmet Race from Kirby Superstar, submitted by Turgan ID, BTS's Butter, submitted by Irv Ooh, and Jessica Mazin's Never Let Me Down Again, submitted by Marvel Comics 2023/Marvel Entertainment. The reason why I had to disqualify them was really because they're just songs, not EPs, and I don't think those 3 songs were a part of any projects as far as I'm concerned, especially since Butter is a non-album single, so yeah. And now, time for the part where I get the disclaimers out of the way, I guess. Remember that this list is completely subjective. It's all based on my personal opinion. It's based on the enjoyment at the time of making this video. And at the end of the day, don't feel bad if your submission's not ranked high enough. There's always next time. And I gotta say, the competition for this episode is really stiff on this one. So, just that's another reason why you shouldn't feel bad if your submission is not ranked high enough. Sorry if I'm being redundant, but still. And yeah, I guess I got nothing else to say. Now, without any further ado, it's Monthly Submission Rankings, episode 15, Recommended EPs. Enjoy. At number 18, I placed Flo Rida with My House, submitted by the Federal Express Fan 2023. At number 17, I placed Jay-Z and Linkin Park with Collision Course, submitted by Miguel Sanchez. At number 16, I placed R.E.M. with Chronic Town, submitted by Keya. At number 15, I placed Imagine Dragons with Continued Silence, submitted by Matías Carrera. At number 14, I have placed Meshuggah with One, submitted by Fabril. At number 13, I have placed Alan Brax with Moments in Time, submitted by David Sparts. At number 12, I have placed Muzz with The Takeover, submitted by Quickestscoped. At number 11, I placed The Human League with Fascination, submitted by Kaisenberg. At number 10, I placed Alice in Chains with Jar of Flies, submitted by Robin, aka Dark Strawberry. At number 9, I placed Tim Reaper and Comfort Zone with Banoffee Pie White Label Series Volume 1, submitted by Johnny. At number 8, I placed DJ Backspace with Blackout, submitted by ALSONIK. At number 7, I placed Virtual Self-Titled, submitted by DJ Camps Pro. At number 6, I went with Kindred's Indignation, submitted by CDEN. At number 5, I went with Skrillex's Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites, submitted by Raymond, Garza, Logo CEC, and Roblox Fanatic 2K6. Yeah, this competition's so stiff, even Skrillex didn't even make it to the top 3. And finally, very shy of the top 3, at number 4, I placed Godspeed You Black Emperor, Slow Ride for New Zero Canada, submitted by Ecstasy7410. And yeah, just like that, we have now officially made it to my top 3 picks, and this is where shit gets real. But, I really don't have a lot to say about my top 3 picks, so, I guess we'll just start things off with number 3, and for number 3, we're starting things off with a classic. Of course, I'm referring to Aphex Twin's Come to Daddy, submitted by Sclitch. And yeah, as expected, Come to Daddy, like I said, is a classic. It's excellent, pretty much one of my all-time favorite EPs. And I mean, since this is Aphex Twin we're talking about, the production is just excellent. The ideas that he explored here are just like really brilliant. And I can't forget to mention the insane and manic title track and its weird as fuck music video. Like, Come to Daddy is like so insane when it comes to the sound of it and also its visual presentation. Just like, you know, especially, you know, the part where, you know, with the screams like, ah, like the screams at the end. I can't imitate them well, but yeah. And I'd also be a fool not to mention Flim, which is not only a relaxing track from Richard, but also is quintessential when it comes to memes. And on top of that, there's not one track that I necessarily dislike here, especially To Cure Weakling Child Contour Regard, which is like just as good as the original To Cure Weakling Child, if not even better. Funny Little Man is pretty hilarious, and IZUS is also relaxing and also a pretty fantastic closer. So yeah, just nothing much to say here. Just a really phenomenal EP to be sure, and a classic as previously stated. At number 2, we have an EP that absolutely blew my mind on first listen, and that would have to be various artists from the Parable Collective label with Unspoken Forevermore, submitted by LGalaxy. Yeah, the moment I first heard this EP, my mind was blown. I was immediately enamored by the sound on this thing, and my enjoyment of this EP is like the enjoyment I have with that Beyond the Mistfall track that he sent me, but almost tenfold. And to say the sound design is so crazy as hell would be an understatement, especially on the opening and closing tracks Unspoken and Forevermore. I love both of these tracks like approximately the same amount. I don't know which one's better. And I especially love the 2 other tracks too, like Swords for Keys and Spring Whisper, which I mean the former is like a Mansionaire track on steroids. Yeah, I actually have no words for this EP. I'm like really speechless as to how ambitious it is. Like, I mean, it's pretty clear that all the artists involved put a lot of effort into this. Like, it's just simply beautiful. It gets a chef's kiss from me, personally. However, despite my admiration and utmost respect for this EP, only one had to top it, so my number 1 spot is gonna have to go to Access to Arasaka with Port, submitted by Waffles. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I should have listened to this EP long ago, because after listening to this thing for the first time, I immediately called it my second favorite EP of all time, only behind Lords of Canada's High Scores. That's saying something. I mean, what am I even supposed to say about this? Like, the fact that it came out as early as 2007 is goddamn incredible. Like, the atmosphere is potent, and like the production has just aged well. Like everything ranging from the percussion to the synths, and again to the overall atmosphere, it all comes together so freaking well. Like, listening to this EP makes me feel like I've traveled into another dimension, you know, that I've never discovered before. And even though I'm not gonna name any tracks in their original forms, I guess, because they're kind of hard to remember, I'm gonna say tracks number 1, 3, and 5 are my favorites off of the EP, and they are truly perfect tracks, really stellar. And tracks 2 and 4 are just as good, if not great. Or just more than great though, because every track on that EP is just phenomenal. And yeah, sorry if I didn't go all out with this number 1 pick here, but I truly am at a loss for words for this EP. It's truly incredible. Like, along with Lords of Canada's High Scores, it's damn near a life-defining 10 out of 10 for me personally. It's not exactly a 10 out of 10, but it comes very close to a 10 out of 10. Just go listen to this. And that was my ranking propers. Thanks to everyone who has submitted. It is greatly appreciated. And yeah, this might very well be the best episode in this series yet. Period. Like, even my bottom 2, even though they're decent, I cannot deny that they're kind of well made. Like, you know, even though Collision Course is basically just a mashup of Jay-Z and Linkin Park songs. And My House, even though it's a bit more commercial than any other EP on this list, it kind of slaps. Like, My House kind of slaps. The whole EP as a whole, even if GDFR is a bit meh. And yeah, a lot of you submitted some great stuff as expected. I mean, Slow Ride for New Zero Canada has got to be up there with Lick Your Skinny Fists as one of Godspeed You Black Emperor's best. And yeah, like I mentioned for my number 5 pick, the competition was so stiff that not even Skrillex made it into the top 3. Although I will not deny Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites classic status here. Like, it's probably my favorite of all his projects alongside Bangarang and Quest for Fire. And there are a lot of other EPs on this list that I actually really enjoyed, like the progressive house-ish bliss on Kindred's Indignation, or Porter Robinson's amazing virtual self-titled EP, or the Spacey as Hell Blackout EP from DJ Backspace, and the insanely intricate breaks on the Banalfi Pi White Label Series Volume 1 EP. And yeah, the rest of these EPs that I already mentioned on the list, I mean, they're great at best. And again, even my bottom 2 are still decent. And yeah, just way to go, guys. Way to go. The next episode, episode 16, will be on your favorite cover songs. The link to the form for MSR 16 will be in the description down below and also in the pinned comment as per usual. And the form will be closing on Sunday, April 23rd, 2023 at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. But yeah, I'm pretty much looking forward to seeing how many people submit to this. Because even though in many cases the cover songs wouldn't, beat the original, there are some cover songs out there that do wind up, outshining the original. So, this episode should be very interesting. Again, links in the description and pinned comment as per usual. But yeah, we've made it to the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a like, share this one with your friends if you want to, and leave a comment down below. And as always, don't forget to subscribe as we're on the road to 8,000 subscribers. That's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, guys!